In the words of Jean-Paul Sartre from his play No Exit, hell is other people. This poignant line encapsulates the existentialist dilemma at the heart of Sartre's most famous play. No Exit is a journey into the depths of the human psyche, a dissection of the human condition, and a stark portrayal of existentialist philosophy. Set entirely within a single room, which serves as the character's hell, the play introduces us to our three main characters, Garcin, Inez, and Estelle. Garcin, a journalist and pacifist, grapples with his own cowardice. He fled his country during a war, leaving his wife behind, only to be shot as a traitor. Inez, a postal clerk, is a self-proclaimed sadist who manipulated and tormented her cousin's wife until the woman killed them both. Finally, we have Estelle, a high society woman who married for money, had an affair and killed her illegitimate child, leading to her lover's suicide. These characters are stripped of any pretense or facade, left to confront the reality of their actions, their choices, and their existences, in a room with no mirrors, no sleep, and most importantly, no exit. It's a stark portrayal of existentialist philosophy, where individuals are alone in the universe, and the only meaning in life is the one they create for themselves. In this room, their hell, they are forced to confront the truth of their actions, stripped bare of any rationalizations or excuses. They are, as Sartre would say, condemned to be free. They must face the consequences of their choices, the weight of their freedom, and the unbearable lightness of their existence. This is the existentialist dilemma, the burden of freedom, the torment of existence, and the inescapability of responsibility. It's a stark reminder that we are the authors of our own lives, and that our choices, our actions, and their consequences are ours alone to bear. And so, our characters find themselves trapped in a room, their hell, forever. As the characters settle into their eternal damnation, their pasts start to unravel. We're first introduced to Garcin, a man who sought refuge in cowardice and betrayal. Garcin, a pacifist journalist, fled his city to avoid the war. His desertion, however, led to his capture and execution. More than his cowardice, it was his unfaithfulness to his wife that marked his moral downfall. He cheated on her, treating her with disdain and contempt, and his guilt for these misdeeds followed him into the afterlife. Then we have Inez, a woman whose sadistic manipulation knew no bounds. A postal clerk with a fiery temper and a sharp tongue, Inez found pleasure in bending others to her will. Her toxic relationship with her cousin's wife ultimately led to a tragic end when, in a fit of jealous rage, she drove her lover to gas herself and her child. Inez reveled in the pain she caused, and it is this sadistic pleasure that earmarked her place in hell. Finally, there's Estelle, a woman of high society, whose vanity and selfish desire for status led her to commit the most heinous act. To preserve her reputation and place in elite society, Estelle drowned her illegitimate child, driving her lover to suicide. She lived the rest of her life in denial, refusing to accept the weight of her actions. Each character, locked in this room, carries the weight of their past, their sins etched into the fabric of their being. They are forced to confront the reality of their actions, the pain they've inflicted on others, and the irreparable damage they've caused. As we peel back the layers of their past, we understand the complexity of their characters. They are not simply evil, but deeply flawed, their sins born out of fear, desire, and self-preservation. Each of them, in their own way, has inflicted pain on others, proving that they are indeed deserving of their place in hell. The room, devoid of any mirrors, forces the characters to see themselves through the eyes of the others. As we delve into this scene, we find the characters, Garcin, Inez, and Estelle, ensnared in a unique kind of torment. It's not the physical pain commonly associated with hell, but a psychological torment, a torment of existence. In Jean-Paul Sartre's No Exit, our trio finds themselves trapped in a room, a mirrorless room. Unable to see their own reflections, they are compelled to see themselves through the perceptions of their fellow damned souls. This lack of self-perception brings a new dimension to their torment. The room, their hell, is void of physical torture. There are no flames, no devils with pitchforks. Instead, the torment is a realization of their guilt, their past actions, and the reality of their existence. Each character is forced to confront the wrongs they committed in their past lives, their guilt laid bare for all to see. Garcin, Inez, and Estelle are shackled by their pasts, their guilt, and most importantly, each other. They serve as mirrors for each other, reflecting their sins, their guilt, and their existence. In this hell, they are their own torturers, their own judges. This torment of existence is not one that can be escaped or numbed. It's a ceaseless reminder of their identities, their actions, and their guilt. They are stripped of any illusions they held about themselves, left to face the harsh truth of their existence. They are denied the comfort of self-deception, the solace of denial. They are left with nothing but the truth of their existence and the judgment of their fellow inmates. Their torment is their existence, their guilt, and their inability to escape from either. In this mirrorless hell, the characters are left with nothing but each other's judgment. This is the torment of existence in Sartre's No Exit, a torment that is inescapable, relentless, and deeply psychological. In a twist of irony, the door to the room swings open, but none of them leaves. This sudden change of circumstance presents a stark revelation. The open door is not merely a physical escape, but a metaphorical symbol of existentialist freedom. Yet none of the characters dares to escape, bound by their guilt, their regrets, and the unsettling truth of their existence. In the realm of existentialism, freedom is a double-edged sword. On one side, it's the ultimate liberation, the power to shape one's destiny. But on the other side, it's a heavy burden, an overwhelming responsibility that comes with the acknowledgement of one's actions and their consequences. The characters in No Exit are confronted with this paradox of freedom. They are given the chance to leave, to escape their torment, but choose not to. This decision, or rather, the lack of it, is a testament to their inability to confront their existential freedom. It's easier to blame their surroundings, their past actions, or even each other, than to face the truth of their existence and the responsibility that it carries. Garcin, Inez, and Estelle are not just trapped in a room. They are trapped within themselves, within their guilt and regrets, and within the choices they've made. The open door is merely a reminder of their freedom, a freedom they are too afraid to embrace. This scene, therefore, underlines the essence of the existentialist viewpoint. It's not the external circumstances, but the internal conflicts and choices that define our existence. The character's decision to stay, despite the door being open, is a powerful reflection of this philosophy. The door remains open, but they choose to stay, trapped by their guilt, their regrets, and ultimately, their freedom. Their hell is not the room they are confined in, but the inescapable prison of their own making, a prison built from their past actions, their guilt, and their inability to embrace their existential freedom. Sartre's No Exit is more than just a tale of three people trapped in a room. It is a potent illustration of existentialism, a philosophical theory that emphasizes individual existence, freedom, and choice. As we tie together the threads of this plot, we begin to understand the profound implications of Sartre's existentialist perspective. The three characters, Garcin, Inez, and Estelle, are all flawed individuals, each carrying the weight of their past actions. Their eternal confinement in the room is a metaphor for the self-imposed prisons we all create through our choices and actions. The characters are free to leave, yet they choose to stay, embodying the existentialist belief that we are condemned to be free. The statement "hell is other people," one of the most famous lines from No Exit, encapsulates the central theme of the play. It's not the physical environment that torments them, but rather the judgment and scrutiny of the others. The characters, unable to escape the gaze of their counterparts, are trapped in a hell of their own making. Yet, No Exit is not entirely pessimistic. It also explores the theme of authenticity, the idea that we must accept responsibility for our actions and make choices that align with our true selves. When Garcin attempts to flee the room, he finally confronts his own cowardice, a moment of self-realization that illustrates Sartre's belief in the power of personal freedom and choice. In No Exit, Sartre masterfully intertwines themes of existentialism, freedom, and the nature of hell, creating a play that continues to resonate with audiences worldwide. The characters' struggle with their past actions and their inability to escape the judgment of others serve as a stark reminder of the human condition. In the end, No Exit is a chilling exploration of human nature, freedom, and the hell that is our own existence.